Everybody doing? King Ding back here, and thank you so much for joining me for this insane Eagles post-game show. Eagles tie the Bengals 23-23, and all I could say is this is so upsetting for so many reasons why. I mean, we know Carson Wentz was bad again, did not play good again. Defense at times was horrible. The the offense and the play calling was horrible. Didn't run Miles Sanders enough, and then that last sequence of events where the Eagles they get a first down after the Carson quarterback sneak right to get into that field goal range line. Then they go a run. Then they let Carson keep it on a keeper. They weren't real aggressive. They didn't try to get into a better position to kick a field goal. Then they go off sides on the field goal, and it's over. You're taken out of field goal range. Now the Eagles are 0-2-1, and 0-2-1 is not 0-3. It ain't the end of all things, but it kind of pushes everything back to a must-win next week because 0-3-1 is done. So I'm upset, and I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna just let you guys vent and talk. I'm gonna go over some of these numbers real quick. Joe Burrow was 31 of 44, 312 yards. He averaged 7.1 yards of pass, 2 touchdowns, 105 rating. Carson Wentz, 29 of 47, 225, 4.8 yards a carry, throw, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 62.8 a rating. Miles Sanders had 18 carries, 95 yards, 5.3 yards a carry. Carson at 965. It's just disgusting. It's upsetting. It's horrible. Alex Epstein, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for streaming the game, bro. Fire Howie. Thank you, Alex Epstein. I hear you, man. I hear you. What do you guys think? What's the most disappointing thing for you guys about this whole thing? Is it Carson continues to struggle? Is it Doug Peterson? What is it? To me, it's Carson, and that this defense continues to struggle. Now, I got the holy crap. Metcalf was wide open. Is that Metcalf? Wow, he dropped it. Oh, Metcalf. Oh, he pulled a Deshaun Jackson, man. It ain't defense, to be honest. The defense wasn't good either, but my God. I got the game on. Metcalf caught a bomb. He was trying to waltz real slowly in the end zone, and they knocked the ball out. Here's some good stats. JJ sideline, 0. Target, 0 catches. Yeah, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Can we give up on this guy already? I mean, seriously. Can we give up? Dallas is the luckiest team I've ever seen in my life. Do you know? I have to say that. Think about it, right? They win an onside kick last week where Atlanta don't want to touch it. Then Metcalf just catches a bomb, should have been a walk-in touchdown. He slowed up and the guy knocked out his hands out of the end zone. Faith is going with Doug. Yeah, my faith is going with Doug too, man. I have a lot of problems with what I saw from Doug. Robert says, this was the most entertaining stream this year, Philly, but Doug's play calling in overtime was comical or maybe just plain stupid. Thank you, Robert, man. I appreciate that you guys were here with me despite all that, man. I don't know what we're going to do. If we're like 1-5, 1-6, it's going to be horrible. Carson looks too happy. Happy to throw a pick, happy to get sacked, happy to get paid. Yeah, I mean, Carson, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with this guy. I mean, he ran a little bit today, which I wasn't sure he still could do, you know. Joshua Daniels, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. If it was me, I would fire somebody, but I don't think the Eagles will because I can't see them doing it. They're 0-2-1. They're going to talk about how next week they have to turn it around and all this stuff. I don't know, man. Did I see the Metcalf play? Yeah, I have the TV on. I'm watching it right now. Eagles smashed Dallas both games. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Foles threw 3 touchdowns today, even if it was Chicago. I'm happy for the guy. Eagles smashed Dallas both games. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm telling you, Foles is going to take over that team, and they're going to win. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I just thought Carson, we would get better out of him. Carson played good in the second half. When did he throw that interception? He threw that interception in the second half, though, right? The second one? Clean house, fired Doug, Jim, and Howie, bench Wentz. It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't bench Wentz yet. I'd let Wentz play next week. I'd play him. I'd let him play through it. I think he's got to work it out. We got to win or lose with him. And then when we get, if you go 0-5-1, then maybe you do. I'm sorry I took so long to get on here. I had to make a thumbnail. I didn't have a tie thumbnail. Usually I do a win, a thumbnail for a win, a thumbnail for a loss. But I didn't do one for a tie. I should have known better. Metal Maniac, E-Girls on Wednesday. You guys are the luckiest team in the world. Metcalf just gave you 7 points. And we actually drafted JJ over DK. It's unbelievable. Bengals fan here from Nosebleed screaming, bench Wentz for your own good. Thank you, Russ, man. Hey, look, I mean, as a Bengal fan, I guess you're young. You went in. You didn't lose on the road, so, you know. But it's... I almost rather lose than tie. You know, that's how I feel. Because the tie just kind of is nothing. It's neutral. Zeke fan, we suck right now. I mean, how am I supposed to defend this team? 90% of the Eagles' problems are coaching, play calling horrible. I agree, man. I agree. I didn't expect a tie better than a loss. Yeah, it's better than a loss, but it's just very unsatisfying. You know, I feel like this was really a must-win for us, and a tie is like the one thing that kind of just pushes everything a week down the road, which now we're on the road. Hey, Phil, do you think Hurts plays the season? Well, I mean, he played a little bit. He may. If Wentz actually knew how to play quarterback, Doug would not be in these situations. Well, I think Doug isn't that great either, though. Lewis, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Asher Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Jim Schwartz got to go. Arthega-Whiteside's got to go. Never even gets to play. Agreed. You get more out of Burnett than you get out of Whiteside. Whiteside's a bust, dude. I'd have no faith in Whiteside. Ty is like first kiss being with your sister. Maybe a cousin, not a sister. Sister, you got to take the L. 500 Doug's calling plays like it's Madden out there. I think that the sequence of events that should be scrutinized was after they get the first down in overtime, and they're right on the field goal range border. They go trying to run the clock out. They kick a 54-yard or 57-yard field goal. What are you doing? You need to get 15, 20 more yards. It don't make a sense. Should we make a trade for a big wide receiver, maybe Odell? I mean, look, they won't do it, but yeah, if they want to salvage this season, yeah, you know. But you gotta go. Next week's must win. How did Carson miss Sanders streaking down? Oh my God, that was Carson. He was wide open, and Carson just misses him. I don't know how. It's on Doug since he can't adjust. Doug definitely can't. Philly, who's bigger bust, JJ or Aguilar? JJ right now. I mean, at least Aguilar had one good year. Dorgun, thank you so much for the super chat. How is my trash still in first somehow? What is WF? I don't even know what that means. If we lose next week, start Hurts. Look, if I'm telling you right now, this is how I roll. If you get to the point where you're not making the playoffs, there's no chance you're done, I'm going tank. I have no problem with it. And I don't mean like after 0-3 or going 0-4-1. I mean when you're like 0-7, 1-7-1, tank. You know, then I smoke stogies for losing. Now, the Giants lost. Washington, the no-names lost. Dallas loses. The Eagles gained a half a game on them. I mean, that's how bad it is. I feel like a tie to me, Twain, is like, it's unsatisfied. It kind of pushes everything, the urgency of this game, it just pushes everything next week. You know, it just makes that game next week bigger for us. It's not the end of the season because it's a tie, it's not a loss. But, it's not good either, you know. Sanders, after 2 seasons, is going to have the most yards since LaShawn McCoy. I believe it. Wentz is done. Wentz don't look good, man. I don't know what's up with Wentz. I can't figure it out. He don't look good. He's missing throws. I want to say maybe he was hurt, groin something, but he was running. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Carson. I have to think it's confidence. And I thought, oh, man, maybe when they get that touchdown at the end of half to Greg Ward, I thought, man, maybe he found himself. But no. Ertz caught the ball in field goal range. Doug passes the ball 4 more times instead of running the ball 3 times and kicking it for a win. Fire Doug, Jim Howie, Trey Wentz. Yeah, in that situation where you're right on that border, the first play would have been to run. Get a few more yards, get closer. Then I would have probably mixed it in, maybe a couple short passes, depending upon how you do on the run. And then go third down, get a few more yards, and kick it. I would start off the rookie linebacker take Gary out. Nate Gary is horrible. He's horrible. No question about it. We got 497 people here, 90 likes. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for being here. Wentz gotta go, says repent today because tomorrow isn't promised. Hey, your name says it. I mean, tomorrow isn't promised. If we start 0-4-1 and the Cowboys go 2-3, do we rank? Do we tank even though we only down 2 games? Yeah, at that point, I mean, do you want to be a team that gets to the playoffs with 6 wins, 7 wins, and then what? For what? You know what I mean? To me, if you get to the point, I won't say 0-4-1, but I say if you're like 0-5-1, 0-6-1, 1-7, 1-6-1, I mean, I think you need to think about it. You know what I mean? Tank for Trevor. Yeah, well, if I'm tanking and getting first pick, I'm going quarterback. Chase, thank you so much for super chat, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Philly, why doesn't Whiteside play a lot? Because he stinks. I think because he stinks. You know? They didn't even, you realize he wasn't even starting today? They started Ertz and Goddard. And then they started Greg Ward on the outside. I mean, that says a lot, you know? 500 Wentz needs a play caller that can develop his game. Somebody, I agree. I don't think Doug knows how to use Carson Wentz right. Foles won today, absolutely. I'm not surprised. I called it with Chicago. Wentz, Schwartz, Gary, Doug, and Howie, your seats are on fire alert. I agree. I mean, what do you do? Would you fire somebody to send a message? The season's over 500. What are we really playing for seriously? To stay in the shitty division and get a put out in the first round? I'm good. I want real change. So, when you say real change, are you thinking fire Howie, fire Doug, get a new quarterback, maybe get a first pick in the draft, something like that? Philly, even if you tied it this for you Bengals, everyone's going to win against the Bengals. Yeah, but you know I'm serious. We always struggle against the Bengals. Not as an excuse. We stunk today, but it's happened before. I love to watch the Cowboys lose too. I do. Why tank for Trevor when we have Hurts? What makes? I don't know that Hurts is as good as Trevor Lawrence or any of the other quarterbacks coming out. It depends who's better. If I scout Lawrence and say, you know what, he's better, then I'm going with him. Now, I think if the Eagles got to a point where they're like 1-6-1, 1-7, I think they would bench Carson, and then I think they would want to see what they have in Hurts. You know what I mean? I'm not done on Wentz. He's being handicapped by play calling. No, I'm not done on Carson either. I'm not. Let me make this clear for people watching now, for when you watch later. I'm not giving up on Carson. I'm not turning my back on Carson. I'm not there yet. But I acknowledge that he is stinking up the joint. That is just a fact of the matter, the way it is. I can't help it. That's how it is. And I hope he rebounds. I hope he can figure it out. And I think Doug Peterson is doing him no favors. And I think the biggest thing that bothered me with Doug was the end of that game. Exactly why we need to start Hurts at some point to see what he's all about and then go from there. Well, yeah, I agree that, Power. But I think that if you do it right now, 0-2-1, only 3 weeks. To me, when I think of 0-3, it's a lot worse than 0-2-1. And the reason I say it is because I think that's hard to recover from. 0-2-1, you could be 1-2-1 in a week if you win one game. But 0-3 is different. So I kind of look at like the pressure of this game. All this kind of just got pushed on that Niners game. Draw fired Doug should have been gambled with a field goal. I mean, well, Doug, the thing was he was playing to run the clock out to kick like a 57-yard field goal. What are you doing? Be aggressive. Get 20 more yards. I don't understand that. The whole thinking was insane. You can't even go 10 yards to get a field goal. They didn't try. That last sequence of events, they were not trying to get 10 yards. They were trying to get a couple more yards and run the clock out and kick a huge long field goal. That's what he was trying to do, which was idiotic. And may say that he don't trust Carson to make the pass. It's not only bad play calling at the end of the game. It was shocking, Jack. Why not fire down the field at the end of the game? Oh, you mean like keep it on fourth down? They didn't want to give one. If you gave up the ball there, then 19 seconds, they make one big pass over the middle. Then Cincinnati wins. Our D-line played good. Yeah, they played okay today. What are your thoughts on the 4 penalties in overtime? Well, that's horrendous too. I mean, you had what, the sequence where you get the first down, then you have the Lane Johnson on false start, then you have the Driscoll hold that put you in 2nd and 19. That made it, yeah. I mean, it was brutal. And then you're going to kick the field goal and the guy goes all sides. I mean, the penalties. How are you that undisciplined to have penalties there? The division's horrible, absolutely. I mean, Dallas is lucky they beat Atlanta with the thing, and then they get a break with the DK Metcalf thing. I'm going to become part of the Folesian Society, want to host the Bears game. Yeah, I might have to host a couple Bears games for you guys. So what's the score? So what if they score in 19? Go for broke. So what if they score? Well, because 0-3 is a lot worse than 0-2-1. That's how they were looking at it. Essentially, they were playing for the tie at that point, is what I'm saying. Let's promote Deuce offensive. They definitely need an offensive coordinator big time. We could have had Dalvin Cook, DK. I know. I think Howie Roseman has to go. At the very least, you have to strip his responsibilities as play caller. Assessing talent. He can't do it. Yeah, Matt Pryor false start. I mean, I'm watching Doug in his press conference, and he looked like he didn't care. Maybe he doesn't care. Fire his ass. I think it's time to part ways with Peters. Peters was horrendous today. Then he gets hurt at the end of the game. Let's not forget, Deshaun Jackson got hurt. Dallas Goedert got hurt. Who else got hurt? Darius Slay got hurt for a while. Nate Gary, he's better off if he got hurt. He stinks that bad. Trade Ertz while you can. I would. Doug better be on the hot seat after this game. I want him gone. Burn it down. Yeah, I hear you, Joe. I hear you. I'm about 2 weeks away from that. Newsflash, give me Burrow all day over Wentz. Beat Cincy. Wentz 3 first-rounders to get your hands on Burrow. Burrow's good. What I like about Burrow is that even when he's getting pressure in his face, man, the guy is cool and collective. They need to get young. Peter's 38, Kelsey's old. Lane has had a ton of injuries. Move on. Yeah. Nate Gary's a big issue. Absolutely. Carson just ain't right, bro, hot seat for him and Wentz. Carson's not right. Now, something ain't right with him. I agree. Kid from Home Alone was great. He does look like the kid from Home Alone. That is so true, man. I never thought it. We got 595 people here. Please please subscribe. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, we do this every week, every Eagles game, every post game. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Horrible play calling over. It was maybe one of the worst play calls. That was probably the worst play calling I've ever seen from Doug Peterson in overtime. I mean, he was clearly playing not to lose. If the Eagles beat the Niners and the Seahawks and the Browns beat the Cowboys, we'll be in first place. Wait, if the Eagles beat the Niners, Seahawks and Browns beat the Cowboys, it depends what Washington does. But yeah, you could be. Man, I don't understand this team, bro. I don't either. HFE. Who's HFE? Lost love for the. Who's HFE? Trade for Foles. Oh, I don't know who HFE. Trade for Foles. They're not going to trade Foles now. Foles is Chicago's starting quarterback now. I feel like shit, man. Where do we go from here? I feel like an 0-2-1 record is basically the same as an 0-2 record in my opinion. Like, it just pushes everything back the next week. Must win next week. You want to turn the season around, you have to win the next 2 games. Like, I feel like we're in the same place. Hurts is the future. Howie didn't draft him in a second just for... there's a part of me that really believes that drafting Jalen Hurts screwed Carson Wentz up big time. If he has no injuries, okay, if he's playing healthy, he does not look like himself. We've seen Carson for 4 years. He's had bad games, but my God, not like this. Not stretches like this. I never seen anything like it. I really, really wonder if the Hurts pick is in his head. For those who say Wentz is trash or he's got to be benched, you're not really watching these games with a good eye. Our receivers can't get open for nothing, and our O-line stinks. Those are all true things, especially with all the receivers out. I would get Howie. I would strip Howie of play calling duties. Absolutely. I've been saying that the quarterback factor is messing with his head. I mean, it may be the truth. It may happen. I don't agree with you, Joel. We ain't winning the next few games. The 49ers defense is better than the Bengals. We might not, James. We might not. But I can't go tank mode after week 3, man. That's what I'm saying. I still look to salvage this thing any way possible because I'm a football fan. I get once a year. I want to win. I want to go and do all those things. So I'm ready to. I'm not ready to burn it down, but I'm getting there. I told you Wentz the other day. I told you about no dingbat. Wentz just packed too much weight. It's like he doesn't have control of his arm. He did pack on a lot of weight, man, but he still ran today. That man was running. He didn't play, so yes, he went off. Who didn't play? It's all over for the Eagles' curse for 2020. Maybe. You can tell in Carson's eyes he's losing love for the game. It's obvious. I don't know. Look, don't get caught up in the 49ers, D. My Giants just suck. Y'all can beat them. See? Thank you for being here, man. Tough loss for the Giants. Fired Coach Peterson, bench Carson. We are out-coached, outclassed. At this point, we are. It's ironic Doug wrote a book called Fearless. Oh, my God. That guy was anything but fearless in that overtime. There was no balls to get. I mean, it was a minute. I think there was a minute 24. We're talking 1st and 10, minute 24, and you're just in field goal range. And he's playing for a couple yards here or there. I mean, dude, I'd be throwing, trying to get 10, 15 more yards. Get as close as I can. I feel like 2017 was more right. I'm beginning to think that. We are going 0-6-1. I can promise you that. Okay, so 0-6-1. We're 0-6-1. Let's say, just for argument's sake, everybody, you're 0-6-1. Do you tank? 1 in the comment section, 2 no. Being only if you're 0-6-1. A lot of ones. 1, 2. See a lot of ones. 1, 1, 2. Couple twos. 1, 2. I would say mostly ones. Decent amount. I'd say about 65-70% ones, maybe more now. Some twos. I think if you go 0-6-1, I think you pack it in. Then I put Hurts in there at that point. We should tank and get Jalen Waddle. He would go well with Rager in the slot. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. Doug and Wentz got to go. I mean, the thing is, Carson is playing. It's not like Carson's playing good and they're just losing these games because of defense or something stupid here and there. I mean, he is struggling, 3 Eagles tank, fire coaches. First thing I would do is strip Howie Roseman of all player personnel moves. Obviously, you look at the things that they did this all season. It's not working. Ortega-Whiteside is not developing. Tank for edge rusher. We need a difference maker on that D-line. If I'm talking, I'm going to try to get the first pick in the draft. I'm going quarterback, top 3 pick. That's the way I want to do it. I thought Darius Slay's been okay, Put Hurts in, you might end up winning. Away a good draft pick at this. Maybe. I'm at a loss for words. This is unbelievable. It is. Carson's whole body language is bad. Yeah, I agree with that. And I believe that the team's starting to lose confidence in Wentz. You're right. I mean, you could be right. I mean, maybe maybe Doug had no confidence in Carson at the end of that game. And that's what he did. Slay has been the only positive. Yeah, Slay has been a positive. I think Miles Sanders, for the most part, has been a positive. I mean, Carson missed him wide open down the sideline. That was a touchdown, man. Y'all need to win. Why y'all basically still 2-0? 0-2, yeah. Should have kept Foles. Don't know why the offensive line moved. They don't need to move. I don't know. TJ Edwards. Yeah, I like TJ Edwards. Nate Gary has to go. You got to let Sean Bradley play. I'm just confused because not even Wentz's rookie season was this bad. No, I mean, he really looks like lost. I've never seen Carson like this. It's time to fire all the staff and start over. Trevor, and maybe they will. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. I haven't seen Davion Taylor. I haven't even heard anything about him. Is it possible for us to get flexed out Sunday night? I don't think it's possible to get flexed out this early, but my God, can you imagine? This is going to be Sunday night football next week. It's going to be like very, very much, it could be very embarrassing. You know what I mean? I was saying they should bring back Foles, but you guys said no, Wentz is better. Wentz to go. Foles is a bum. Nobody said Foles is a bum. Nobody said Foles is a bum. But look, when you draft a quarterback, I still would, under the circumstance, I would still do the same thing. Whoever cut LJ4 kept Gary needs to go. That's probably Schwartz. The defense didn't even play bad. This is all offense. The defense was bad at points. I thought Nate Gary was really bad. I thought he was really, really, really bad. But yeah, I never say. You show me. Go show me where I say Nick Foles is a bum. I would love to see it. I bet you can't find it because it don't exist. Foles plays better than in the gangrene. That's a fact. Nobody can dispute it. Nate Gary was an absolute joke out there. Dude bricks her feet. I agree. You're lost for words. I know. Time to send Howie Roseman back to the basement. Yeah, Kelsey has to go. I mean, not Kelsey. Howie has to stop with the player evaluation. And like I said before, I believe the whole Joe Douglas was the GM was a front for Howie Roseman to make picks so people wouldn't flip out about it. But I think Howie's been making all the picks all along. Am I ready to rebuild? No, I'm not there yet. Give me a few weeks. So what's up with Doug's attitude? Did you hear? I didn't hear the post game yet. I'll check it out later. Joe got locks. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Can't cut Wentz. It would cost us $66 million, and we're 70 over the cap next year, anyways. No, I'm not saying you could cut him, but if I get the first pick in the draft, I'm taking a quarterback. I just am. Trade for Julio, too old. Writings on the wall. Doug is a lame coach. Man, maybe the report about Doug is right. I mean, maybe they're not kidding. Maybe it's true. I'm tired of hearing Carson week after week. So I gotta be. Is that what he said today? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it either. Everybody. I can tell you got to be better, Carson. We tied the Bengals. Big breaks at Darius Slay. Darius Slay has done what he's supposed to do. You can't complain about Slay. I even thought Derek Barnett played good today, I thought Josh Sweat played good. I thought Fletcher Cox played well. I thought the defensive line played good. But the offense and the coaching staff, just horrible. And then more injuries, but I'm not going to make excuses about the injuries. I'm tired of Doug saying we're a couple plays away. Yeah, you're a couple plays away in overtime, and I don't know what Doug was doing. We definitely need an offensive coordinator. What grade would I give Carson? I'd probably give Carson a C minus, D plus, somewhere around there. I don't think he was as bad as he was last week, but at times he was really bad. And then there were times where I thought he made some good plays, but he was very inaccurate, and probably a D plus if I really had to put an exact grade like a D plus. I would give Doug an F. They need to football, man. That knows how to pick the right draft fire. Howie don't know players. The defense stepped up. Why would Doug throw the ball if we already in field goal range? Well, I would never risk kicking a field goal, like settling for a 57-yarder. That's what my problem was why at the end of the game, when you were in field goal range, you were settling for a 57-yard field goal. You need to get at least another 15, 20 yards. We have 0 defensive takeaways all season. We only have 1 turnover we had was on special teams. It's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people think that, James. There were stories about Doug reaching his limit. Maybe he did. Maybe Doug is once out. Maybe he's checked out. I got to tell you, something is definitely off with this team. I think that there is something inside this organization going on. There is something wrong. There's something going on inside this organization that we just don't know what it is. I really believe that. I believe that there's way more to it. And I believe that part of the reason we don't know is because the media is not allowed in the locker rooms this year because of the rules. I really believe that. Wentz didn't do enough to win the game, no. I think Carson's still pregnant. He might be pregnant, yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine AB coming here. Do you think you should go get Trevor? Yes. Yeah. Look, if we were in a position where we're picking number 1 overall, take the best quarterback. I don't care how much you're paying Carson. Lurie versus Doug. Doug don't listen to the coaching staff. Picked for Doug by Lurie. Yeah. Seahawks scored. Seahawks should be up 2 touchdowns. Who would win if we played the Falcons? If right now, I don't feel comfortable beating anybody. I think right now Carson probably is statistically the worst quarterback in the league. No take Jamar Chase. Well, who are you going to keep as quarterback? You think there's power struggle between Doug, not and Jeffrey? I don't know. I don't know, James. I feel like my sense is there's something more going on in this locker room that we just don't know. Maybe it's something between Doug, Howie, maybe Howie, Lure. I just get this feeling something in this locker, something in this team is off, and it's more than just how they're playing, how they're planning. It's just something is wrong. Something is wrong with this team. Why do you want Trevor Lawrence? Do you really not trust Wentz anymore? I don't want Trevor Lawrence, Coleman. What I'm saying is, if I got to a position, if I was in a position where I was getting the number one pick in the draft, at that point, I would do it. Because obviously, by that point, I would probably have lost total confidence in Carson. I probably would have played Jalen Hurts and seen what he has. And you got to take a franchise quarterback in those moments. They come too, they're too hard to come by. Maddox has been getting burned every single year. They need to start Trevor Williams. We have insane success with our practice squad guys, Scott, Ward, and Studs. So it's what, I hear you, Jake. I hear you. I'm going to watch EDP. I'm sure he's going to text me later. At least we didn't lose. Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Fire Howie, Doug Schwartz, trade Ertz, Carson Hurts, Peters, Nate, Jalen Dilmar. I want Trevor. Well, yeah, if you get to that point, I will. Banter, what's up, man? You laughing, your team's losing. At the end of all this, Dallas still stinks. After everything, Dallas still stinks. Number one thing everybody needs to know. We got 600 people here. You guys are the best. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I don't know what it's going to be like streaming if we're 1-8 and I'm screaming, losing my mind. I don't know. They lost to the Bengals. It felt like a loss. I know. It feels like a loss. I definitely agree with you, Joel. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a loss. Every Eagle fan should feel like this is a loss. Even though it's not. I see that the pressure of this game and what it meant this week. I see all that pushed on to next week. In my suicide pool, pick the team the Eagles play. San Fran is a 3.5 favorite. How is that possible? No, it's not panic time. If they would have lost, it would have been panic time, but they didn't lose. So it's kind of like take everything that had to happen this week and push it on to next week. And just magnify it in half, by half. City of losers, Phillies blow, Eagles blow. Are you a Dallas fan? How does a tie even happen? It happens every once in a while. And apparently, this is the second time we've tied the Bengals. Us playing the Bengals is an automatic tie. It really is. Record prediction now based on what we've seen so far. If you want me to base it on the first 3 weeks? 2-13-1. I can't say that this team has deserved. They've won one half of football. They literally have won one half of football. The first half against Washington, they were good. Ever since then, it's been bad. A tie is brutal. Do you think we should postpone this season due to not being allowed to have preseason games? No. I'm glad that they're playing football regardless because I still enjoy football anyways. And by the way, for all channel members, tomorrow night I'm streaming Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs. That's the game we're going to do. Should be a lot of fun. Browns fans, yeah. Let's say we scored the final field goal. It still would have felt like a loss. Our problem, go deep, overtime, our freaking Bengals would not have changed it. I disagree. I would have said, hey, we won. I would have felt like this. All right, thank God we got a win. We won. We needed it, but we got a lot of problems. We got to fix it and quick. Now I'm kind of like, God, all the pressure, everything that just happened, just magnified next week. Let's regroup. Still a lot of season left. Absolutely. You win. It could change everything around. Trade the whole team. You might have to. Can't wait to hear from Doug and Carson. Well, I know you're going to get with Carson. Well, hey, I did this and that, whatever, There's no way we beat teams like the Ravens. Oh, God, no. No, you ain't beating the Ravens. Hate to say it, Birds are not a good team. Right now, they're not a very good team. But the question to me is, what is going on with this team? What happened to this team? How did it happen to this team? And why? That's the whole thing I want to know. My Eagles are taking a beating, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're taking a beating, man. The draft is a reset. How he's gonna? Well, let me tell you, I don't want to draft what Howie Roseman taken. I don't want Howie Roseman drafting anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dallas just scored, so they're tied. Nice play by Dak. Dak is much better than Carson right now. There's no question. Let Carson run, yeah. Nobody on the same page, but there's a lot of talent in this team. They got to find themselves. Doug's message is stale. Wonder if the team's listening to him. Carson's message is stale. And, it's very frustrating. I have the answer. Put Hurts in at quarterback, and we have Wentz in at running back. Wentz could play guard. He's that big. Dak is balling, yeah. Well, look, I think you can move the ball in Seattle's defense. Dallas has a great offense. We know it. But it's a shame that the Seattle Seahawks spotted them 6 points. I mean, DK Metcalf. Sign AB, they would never sign him. Even if you sign AB, you have to wait 7-8 weeks. What did Bradham say again? Yes, my favorite Eagles running back, Carson Wentz. My favorite fullback. Guess the rumors are true. Big disconnect between team coaches. Yeah, something's definitely wrong, Philly fan. I mean, and I'll probably explore this later in the week, but there's something wrong with this team. Wow, Seattle just blocked the kick. I mean, even if you had Antonio Brown, I don't know if it's help. At this point, I don't know if it's worth getting anybody. I think I'm at the point where I'm not going out for help. I'm not trying to trade and bring in a player to help. I am going to let this thing ride out the next few weeks. I want to see what Carson does, what Doug does, and then I'm going to decide. If I win, if I go on a winning streak and can get to 500 or something like that, then fine, let's go. If I can't, then I got to go tank mode. I don't, there's a lot of people say Lawrence isn't the best quarterback. I watched enough of the other quarterbacks. I've seen Lawrence. I haven't seen the other ones. Dak has consistently developed year after year. Carson scares me. He might not be able to get out of his rut unless he moves on from it or in a good. Yeah, I mean, I think coaching has something to do with it. I think talent around Dak has something to do with it. But I got to tell you, I really wonder how much the Jalen Hurts. This is my thing. If Carson is not injured, if Carson is the same guy we got at the end of last year, if he's the same guy, then something's wrong with him mentally. I think it's the Jalen Hurts pick. That's my theory. That's what I'm saying, Sean. I think it's more mental than physical for Wentz in my heart. Me too. When you're here 5 years and Foles wins Super Bowl and not you, Wentz is pressuring to be great and he's hurting us. Well, then not only that, you get rid of Foles because you don't want him breathing behind Carson's back. Then in the second round, you go out and you get a quarterback. Once you go out and get a quarterback, what does that say to Carson Wentz? We don't believe in you. We don't think you're that good. Maybe that screwed up his head. Maybe it's having the exact opposite effect. The Hurts picks definitely team got 1 foot out. The team mixed messages. Absolutely, man. You got paid. Just chill now. Maybe Jesus says. I don't think Jesus would say that. Doug doesn't have to go. Don't blame the coach or bad team. They just don't have it this year. Why you all kids? But he can't call plays. Doug cannot call plays. His offense stinks. You know what I mean? That's the truth. How he's drafting has set us back years. Absolutely. Maybe Clowney turned his brain to mush. Yeah, I mean, maybe the Clowney never. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's the weirdest thing. Missing Mike Rowe right now? You ain't kidding. Can I show the score? It's 16-15 Seattle. Offensive coordinator Deuce Staley. I mean, I don't think they would get an offensive coordinator at this point, but you definitely need one. We're blaming the Hurts pick for Wentz bad play now. Old saying, if you can't stand. No. Haven't you ever tried to figure out something? Okay? Haven't you ever tried to say, oh, what's going on? Or do you just watch the news like this? CNN, Commie News Network just said this, so I believe it. Fox News, the Neocon Network said this. I believe it. I don't do that. I don't do that. I say, what the hell's going on? Is it this? Is it this? Is it that? I tear that shit down and try to figure it out. Because that's what we do. Wentz, I don't know, I've messed up. Hey, Philly, at this rate, Philly will not allow fans in the stands all season. They will, they need to. Hey, Philly, not even being the Giants, bro. I'm just glad the Falcons suck worse. Yeah. Everyone needs to go. I want to know why Carson's playing as bad as he is. That's what I want to know. When's his focus on his husbandly duties? Dude, I bet you that shit takes him 2 minutes and he's ready to go. How long does it take? They say women weaken legs. He shouldn't do it on Friday or Saturday. Do it on Thursday. So you build it back up. Because no preseason? Yeah, he's still praying. Maybe. Literally impossible to get rid of everything. Yeah, Foles off the bench with a comeback win. Sound familiar, Eagles fans? Yeah. Is player development a problem with the Eagles? Absolutely. Honestly, a core of Hurts, Jamar Chase, Rager, Sanders, Goddard would be. It depends what Hurts is. We don't know what Hurts is as a quarterback. Do you think Carson can pull it last year when he looked like his MVP year? I think it's in there, but I don't know if it's going to come out. Like I said, I think at some point, I feel like something else is going on, you know? Doug needs 500. We got to stop making excuses for. What excuse did I make for Wentz? You got to understand there's a difference between excuses and trying to understand what's going on. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody is I have heard literally nobody make excuses for him. I have made none. But that doesn't mean I'm trying to figure out why he's playing that way. What is going on? You can't just say he sucks and I'm going to be satisfied with it. I need to know why he sucks. We're not winning a game. We'll see. I think Wentz was 50-50 today. He had some flashes of 27. There was a times he was all right, but here's a list of things you have to consider. Hurts pick, contract extension, pressure of living up to full. Yeah, I mean, all those things are definitely possible. But he did have to do that with Foles last year, and he did okay at the end. Remember when Foles had a bad stretch and everyone was ready to exile him on play? You just have to be patient. You have to let him figure it out. You know? I have no excuse for Wentz stinking it up. He stinks. There's no excuse. I just want to know why. Why is he stinking? What could it be? That's all I'm saying. Carson Wentz looks like he's overreading and not having wide receivers. Jefferson would have been great us on the line either. Carson isn't mentally tough. Maybe true. He has been living in the shadow of Foles for 2 seasons. This injury haunts him. Now Hurts is brilliant. Yeah, maybe it's just too much. Maybe the Hurts thing was too much. Mentally, he's not strong enough to handle it. Well, then he's not the guy, and he got to go. Come on, Philly, get on the 49ers trade for next week with me. I'm not there, Mav. Once I go tank, I go full tank. You know that, right? Once I go tank, I'll be smoking stogies and victory cigars for losing. I'm not there yet. You got to give me a few more weeks. Should have kept Big V, yeah. How do you feel about Wentz being more mobile? I don't think he's more mobile. I mean, he still moved today, and I was good. It was nice to see him run. But, man, he looks slow running. He don't even look like he ran last year. Philly is done. Could be. We wasted 2 years back. Could be. Frank Reich needs to make it back off his court. Yeah, well, Frank Reich is good. If he's not mentally strong enough to withstand a backup, he's really the guy you want. No, he's not. That's what I'm saying. If he can't handle it mentally, he'll never be the guy. And then it's time to put Hurts in. You know, I want to know why Carson is the way he is right now. No excuse. Wentz played better at the end, but bad play calling, bad play. Doug needs to release offensive coordinator, and Schwartz needs to be assistant defensive coordinator. Find new. I agree with you, Michael. I totally agree with that. That is totally true. I mean, Doug just butchered overtime. Like, does Doug even know the rules? That's what I wonder. Does he even know what the hell's going on? Like, McNabb didn't know there was overtime that had ties. Does Doug know what was going on? Because I don't know what he was doing at that point. Why didn't we let Jake kick the ball? Because it would have been a 64-yarder, and if you miss it, then they have 19 seconds, only need about 15 yards, and then they're kicking a field goal to win it. There's another figure out Philly 500. Carson just sucks. There's a reason he played at lower level college. Yeah, I mean that does. If he never had any good years or any success in the NFL, I could see that point. But he has. He's shown that he can play at this level. So I don't understand your point. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Wentz might have an injury and he's not saying anything about it. Well, and maybe, but I need to know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, it just crazy. That don't make sense. You want to know why he sucks. Nobody has the answer either. You have it or you don't. That's like asking why Ryan Leaf sucked. It's because he was soft and couldn't compete at this level. Yeah, but you also knew that Ryan Leaf, once he did suck and why he sucked, you knew not to waste your time. What I'm saying to you is, if this is something Carson can't recover from, then it's time to move on. But is it something that he can? Is it something physical? Is it something that can change? Can he turn it around? I'm not sure I know that answer yet. None of us do. And it depends on what the reasoning is. It is my natural instincts. I want to know the answers to everything. That's why I'm a conspiracy theorist. I want to know everything. So I'm going to overanalyze why Carson Wentz is going through what he is. 0-3-1, Mr. Well, 0-3-1 is a death sentence. It's over. Y'all gave up Foles, yeah. At what point do you punt the season? Another 3 games of bad football? And would it be enough? So here's what I would say. Let's say the Eagles lose to San Francisco, Baltimore. Let's say they lose the next 3 games. They lose the next 3 games, it's time. It's tank time. It's time. Maybe even the next 2 games. If you lose the next 2 games, you're 0-4-1. It might be time then. You know, maybe one more. Next 3 games. Yeah, I think 3 games. He's been declining since he dumped his girlfriend, then quickly married a new chick. He dumped his girlfriend and married a new chick? Then he deserves what he gets. Who's prettier? No, I'm just kidding. We could beat the 49ers. They still don't got Jimmy G. Well, that's the whole thing. You beat the 49ers. Let's say Dallas loses and they're 1-2. And you're 0-2. You both have the same amount of losses. You see what I'm saying? It's not over yet. Unfortunately, you know, the torturing continues. We got cheated by the refs in what way? 500, the Hurts pick is in Carson's head. Yeah, totally. Totally could be in it. And if it is, and he can't get, he's not the guy. You know? Carson can't live up. The whole Carson can't live up to Foles. I say I don't agree with that, because if you look at the way he played at the end of last year, I thought he was fantastic. I thought Carson was playing at a fantastic level before that Clowney hit. So, I mean, I don't know, you know. I just got a notification that Roby Coleman has a hamstring injury, ESPN, jeez. So, you know, do you now regret not keeping Foles? No. Look, based upon what we knew, at the time we knew it, I would do the same thing right now. It's not over. Depending on what happens in the NFC East, we'll be fine. I agree. I'm not giving up on Carson. I'm not going to kill... Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you Carson stunk. I'm going to tell you he did bad. I'm going to tell you what I think. But I'm not going to say that the guy's finished, he's done, forget him, drop him. I'm not there yet. I can't go there yet. Even if that turns out to be the case. RG3 played good for 2 years and fell off because he wanted to play style his game couldn't adjust. That's exactly how Carson looks now. But I felt like with RG3, he kept getting hurt. It was like he came back and he just wasn't the same, but he was more of a runner, you know, and then he kept getting hurt. Philly, a tie isn't a great thing. That's a game you don't have going forward if you have a chance to make. Yeah, well, it could come back and haunt you, but it also could help you, right? I mean, the Eagles, let's say Dallas loses today, even though they have a win, they'll both have the same amount of losses, you know? So it could help you too, theoretically. Carson doesn't want to admit his mechanics of footwork are a problem. Well, that's a problem, you know? Imagine Wentz pulls an Andrew Luck and retires. Well, I mean, they did draft Jalen Hurts. We're going to find out, like, I don't know. So here's a question. How long before you would bench Carson Wentz? Would you bench him this week? Would you start Hurts this week? Would you wait maybe a couple more weeks? I would have to wait a couple more weeks. Carson keeps getting hurt. Well, I didn't think he didn't get hurt last year. I mean, he did in that game, but he played all 16 games. I thought Carson was pretty good last year at the end of the year. Start Hurts. If it comes down to Eagles and Dallas, and Dallas loses to Cincinnati, we have the tiebreaker, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, but there's many tiebreakers before that. I would wait two more weeks, then more or less hand it over. I would play it out next week. See if you win. If you lose, I would start Carson. If he's playing bad against Pittsburgh, then I'd pull him. Okay, that's how I would do it. Dak just threw an interception. Beautiful. 36 seconds he threw it. I hope Jeffrey Lurie is watching his team very closely so we can make adequate changes. Me too. Ward and Burnett looked really good. They did. I really thought when Carson threw that touchdown to Greg Ward, I was like, oh, yes, here we go. Here we go. He's needed that. He's going to get his confidence. Nothing could be further from the truth. Bench Carson, I think he will be done in Philly. Automatic quarterback contract, that would be here to stay. Yeah, it is. Nothing compared to Wentz's horrible day. Doug Peterson was worse than Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the way he handled overtime was maybe one of the worst things I've ever seen. That miss to Miles Sanders deep made me really question him. But the deep ball to Ertz looked like classic Wentz. Yeah, I mean, last year Carson hits Miles Sanders there. I still don't think it's Wentz. I think it's all coaching and offense, defense, and GM. Doug Schwartz, Roseman got to go. Well, I think Roseman and Schwartz got to go. And this is why I think Carson has to play next week. I think you have to let him play it out. We got to let him try to come out of this slump. I mean, maybe he gets confident, he comes up and turns it around. I don't know. Doesn't look good, but I got to hope. Carson can't handle Hurts back him up, and he can't live up to. Well, I think there may be truth to it. I'm questioning it. Philly 500. Philadelphia in general is having a bad year. Yeah, that's true. CM says this is all on Howie. A lot of it is on Howie. The injuries is what is killing us. Wentz not the same as last year. Come on, fans. Need to stop worrying about Wentz and look at the bigger issue. Dude has no number one, no number 2 or 3. Yeah, well, they all went out today. Wentz bailed us out. What do you mean, Big D? Big D, what do you mean by that? I'm interested in what you mean by that Wentz bailed us out. You mean look, there's some good things that Wentz did. I mean, when the game was on the line, you needed to go down late in the fourth quarter, score tied up. He did it. What I don't understand is, I thought Carson was doing okay, and then you get that first down late in overtime after the sneak, and you just shut him down. You don't even let him try to get more yards. That didn't make sense to me. But I really want to know what Big D meant by that, because I think it's an interesting comment. Howie can't draft trade well. No, he can't. Does Jeffrey Lurie deserve some of the blame? Of course, because he keeps Howie Roseman in a position he shouldn't be in. Wentz would rather be hunting. Carson lifting weights has killed passing too much. Yeah. You play Carson the whole year because I think eventually we find out his footing, because he will find his footing regardless. We are stuck with him for the next 2 years, and Hurts ain't the answer. I'll tell you that. Dude, I'll tell you what. I swear to you, if I get the first pick, man, I'll go get one of those quarterbacks. Just by the way contracts and stuff works nowadays, I would do it. You know? Yeah, I think it's time to move on Howie. I definitely do. I mean, if you want to keep Howie Roseman, make him vice president of player, not player operations, but of the team or something. But player personnel, he can't be. He can't be anymore. Hurts is way better than Wentz. I don't know that. Should we keep Hurts and have an open competition? Yeah, I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem with that, James. Defense blows my defense. Well, I'll tell you what, they picked on Nate Gary, man. I'll watch this game again tonight. You know, like I said, you always miss things. Russell Wilson firing down to the 1. And the flag. Cut J drop. You say he mentally weak. Then we need to get rid of him. I don't know if he's mentally weak. And what I mean by that is I don't know if it's a mentally weak thing for good or if it's not. That's what I'm saying. If it is, then yeah, you should. If it's not, then he'll work his way out of it. I think the next 3 games tells us everything we need to know about Carson Wentz. Unfortunately, you know, today ended in a tie. It kind of pushes everything back a week. Yeah, Olsen stepped out. Jalen Butterfinger, Hurts did fumble, yeah. Dallas stinks, absolutely. I have the answer. Put Hurts in at quarterback and have Wentz in at running back. We gave up a 3rd and 15. Oh my God. That 3rd and 15 at the sticks. I mean, I was like saying during the stream, like, do not run the sticks. Oh my God, in the States, it's going to be a short pass. Of course. They beat the sticks every time. Foles wins the game. Winner, go, go. Yeah, but he's a bear, bear, bear. I think Carson's going to be fine. He looked better today. At least he is improving. Dude had no receivers, and Schwartz, he needs to go. I called the sticks was going to fail. Yeah, me too. No, I mean, I hear you. Like I said, anybody listening now, anybody listening later, I am not giving up on Carson Wentz. I'm not giving up on him. But I want to know what's wrong with him because something's wrong with him. And my hope is it's something that he can work through and be fine and get back to himself. And it's not something bigger like problems with Hurts coming in or draft, something like that. Mark Manuel, I thought he's done a good job. Same coach who refused to surrender play calling, which cost us good offensive coordinator. He totally did. He totally did. I agree with you on that. I'm not giving him Carson, but Doug needs gone. I think Doug needs to be stripped of play calling. I mean, seriously. At this point, throw Marty Morningwing out on their field. Imagine if we got rid of Doug and got Chiefs offensive coordinator. Yes, dude. Now you're talking. Like, I would love to get that offense here, coach. Yeah, get the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. Every team is going to pick on Gary. That's Schwartz's fault because that boy, that's his boy. Why do we play more dime and keep Gary on the bench? I agree. And I think Sean Bradley deserves an opportunity to go and play. You know what I mean? We got 617 people here. Please please subscribe. Thank you for being here. Let's get over 300 likes. If we could lose the next 2 games, then we should trade some of our veterans for picks and get ready to rebuild. Yeah, I hear you. Hell, throw Josh McCown out there. Linebacker defense are too small. Definitely too small. I'm guessing Alshon's going to play this week. No cigar on the. I'm not smoking a stogie on a tie. I can't do it. No. But I tell you what, if we're 0-7 and we're in tank mode, I'll be smoking on every loss. Honestly, the situation in Philly is still fixable right now, but the walls are closing in. That's what I think too. I think that's where I am too. I'm hoping, yeah, Eric Bieniemy, yes. I like it. I told you what, if I was the Eagles, I would have gotten, what's the kid? I forget their quarterback coach. I would have brought him in as my offensive coordinator. Doug didn't want an offensive coordinator. I would like to see Kavon. Although I got to tell you, I thought Mills did an okay job. What players would you actually want to keep next year besides Sanders, Graham, Slay? I wouldn't keep Graham. I would have to let Graham go. And it's not because I don't like Graham. It's because he's just older and he's $13 million. So I would move on from him just for money reasons. I would move on for Ertz. I'd keep Goddard. Touchdown! Seattle. With 7 seconds left in the half. I'm telling you, if the Seahawks win this game, the Eagles and the Cowboys have the same amount of losses. And the Redskins. It's ridiculous. This division stinks. We should have went for the 2 at the end of the 4th. I thought about that, Iron Wolf. But we probably want to get. Why is our 3rd round pick Davion Taylor not playing linebacker? Good question. How much are we missing Jenkins' leadership? I gotta think we definitely missing it, Ricky. I mean, I have to think so. Keep Greg Ward. Yeah, I would keep Greg Ward. Graham is a good rotational piece, but Clowney would be awesome. So, look, Brandon Graham is a great player, great leader. He played good today. I love Brandon Graham, but he's $13 million a year. A new defense will do this team some justice. It will. It will. I mean, I think you need a new defensive coordinator. It's not a talent issue. It's an attitude or mental issue. Yeah, that's what I think too, Big D. The question is it something that can be fixed? You know what I mean? We got 559 people here. Please please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Appreciate you guys being here. Doug play calling is way too predictable. Absolutely. We definitely have the worst division of football. Definitely. Absolutely. Malik was the best lineman. Malik Jackson played a great game. The only thing I didn't like was he late hits Burrow and gets away with it on the sideline. He was close to getting called. Comes right back and does it again. And it's like, you're not going to get away with that twice. But other than that, Malik Jackson was great. I mean, I can't really complain about the defensive line either. How do you complain about the line, Should have got Clowney instead of Hargrave. I would have gotten both. Why not get both? Would Wentz make it a throw a tank? What do you mean? We're losing ground this season. It'll suck, but it's going to happen. I mean, just with money, He did it last week to 500. What do you mean? When was the last time? Malik did. When was the last time we had drafted steady wide receiver Jeremy Maclin? Yeah, true. I mean, I like what I see in the regular, but he's hurt now. Sign Clay Matthews, Nate Gary's trash. Matthews more a 3-4 linebacker though. I don't know. Can he play 4-3? Guys, we only have two problems: offense and defense. Yeah, that's true. Being an Eagles fan this year has to be depressing. I'm a Bears fan. Nick Foles was big for us today in Chicago. Bernard Tony, man, congratulations. I don't know if you saw one of my videos earlier before season start. I said Trubisky will start. Foles will come in early, replace him, take over, and that'll be all they wrote. Chicago will go to the playoffs. Yeah, Steve, you wanted Justin Jefferson. I didn't want Justin Jefferson. I'm okay that I didn't want Justin Jefferson. I'm not going to worry about it. If he has a great year, 2 years, then I'll eat my words. Ravens, 49ers, Steelers next 3 weeks. Yeah, they all could be losses, no question. Full Society sucks. Foles won, but stats wasn't all that great. But he won. We are going to lose a lot of old players in the offseason. Graham, Cox, Djax, Ertz, Peters will all be gone after the year. Absolutely. Which is one of the reasons why if I get to the point where I have the worst record in the league and I need a quarterback, I do it. Carson's new name, Fat Man. I probably called him Fat Man too much today, didn't I? I'm sorry. He just looks slow. I don't understand how we can drive excellent tight ends, but we can't. We can draft excellent tight ends, but we can't draft because we got Howie Roseman drafted. Foles may turn the Bears season around. I have high hopes for the guy who always gets dumped on. I would love to see Foles take them, not to Super Bowl, but make a shirt called "Run Fat Man Run." I will have to do that. And what did I say? I said something. I don't even remember. So he grabbed his cocks or something like that. I didn't mean to say it that way. Deshaun gets a hamstring injury every year, so he's getting it out of the way early. Sean Bowman, thank you for a super chat. Mark and them crying. Eat too hungry. Good. I'm sure they're blaming the refs. Wentz is worse. Oh, right now, this is the worst I've seen Carson play. This 3-game stretch is the worst I've seen from him. Usually it's not that bad. Although I thought he was better today. Just wasn't good enough. Carson only looks slow because he's looking downfield while running. The ligament he tore only affect pivoting, cutting. Yeah, but why is he looking downfield when he's 10 yards past the line of scrimmage? He just don't look right. Go watch his videos. Go watch tape last year, man. He just moved a lot better. Once Carson starts running, he's okay. But the stop-start is slow. Malcolm Jenkins was a team leader. Wentz needs to step up and fill that role. Yeah, I agree with that, Jack. The draw is an excellent outcome. Stops the loss and forces us to correct. A win would have been a mirage. I really like that take on it. So you're saying if you win this game, everybody's going to act like, okay, everything's better. You kind of ignore things. But a tie isn't a loss, so it doesn't put you in an 0-3 hole. And what you're saying is it still forces you to take things seriously and correct. I like that philosophy. If I could pin that comment, I would. I love it. It's a good point. It's an interesting point, and it's a different perspective. I appreciate that. Yeah, the stop will start never by the same. Never was for me. Yeah, he's not. The next 3 games all could be losses. That's funny thinking we got a shot winning any one of those games. Hey, look, I think we're going to win next week. Is that wrong that I say it? I hate ties because they're unsatisfying, But maybe Jack's right. Maybe that's the best thing that can happen for us. Why would you, with 1 minute on first down, run the ball when you're not in field goal range? Hello. Well, yeah. I mean, Doug Peterson in overtime, to me, is the bigger story in a lot of ways because it was such horrible management and play calling. I've never seen anything like that. You know, Sean Bowman, thank you for super chat, man. I appreciate that. Yup, they blaming the refs. You called it. They always blame the refs. Dude, they blame the refs for everything, but they won't blame or they won't thank DK Metcalf for not running in that ball. No one talks to Carson after a bad play on the sideline. That's not a good sign. Well, maybe he says stay away from it. I don't know. Why did Doug hire all them coaches and still doesn't seem like he's using them? That's a great point. I don't know. Good point. I wish I had the answer. Bobby Stevens, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Bengals defensive end Carlos Dunlap on the Eagles game plan. They were clearly scared to run the ball against us. 86 plays, 24 rushes. It's interesting, isn't it, Bobby Stevens? I mean, in my stream, all of us were calling for Doug to run the ball. Bobby Stevens, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is they were showing the red line where the Elliott's range is, right? So they're showing it. You get the first down. You're right there, and Doug runs it. Then he comes back and he runs. I think it was a designed quarterback run. And he was trying to run the clock out. He was literally trying to run the clock out to take a 57, 54-yard field goal, whatever it was. Like, what are you doing? You need 20, 30 more yards. You got to keep pushing. It made no sense to me. You're telling me you're scared to pass a ball against the 1-15 team. Doug Peterson is a problem here. We need to get rid of these coaches, Philly 500. Do you know any good coaches out there? I would say if you're going to get a head coach, let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs. The offensive coordinator, Bieniemy. We tied with our Cowboys getting spanked. Yeah, well, I mean, Cowboys are losing. They're not getting spanked. They're still in it. Yeah, look. Elliott has a leg. But why on first and 10 or second and 10? Why are you playing for that 57? Why are you not trying to get 10 more yards, 15 more yards? Why are you not trying to get more yards? That's what I don't understand. Why kick a 54-yarder or a 57-yarder when you can kick a 48-yarder? Why did Doug go and try to run the clock out for a 50-something-yard field goal, knowing that if you go all sides, what happened takes you out of field goal range? Sean Bowman, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Should have run the ball after the Ertz play. Absolutely. That was the time to run the ball. I would have run it there because you had them reeling. You were kind of getting a rhythm. And you could get another maybe 5, 10 yards on first down. I agree with that. Wish us luck, Philly fans. I wish you the best in life, House Nelson. You and your family. But your team, not so much. Philly, would you say we are in rebuild stage or comeback stage? I would say we're in I don't know stage. We're kind of in between. Like, where are we going? Are we going to make a play to try to be competitive this year, or are we going to stink it up? The next 3 games is it. Next 3 games. We can even start with the next one. Carson got outplayed by a rookie quarterback who had no preseason. Holy hell, bring back Sammy Boy Bradford. No Bradford for me. I should join this channel. I'm a Lions fan, but your streams are the best. Well, Robert, everybody is welcome. I hope you subscribe. I appreciate you being here, man, and we're going to do this all year, whether we win or lose, you know? So thank you, buddy. Tank for the other quarterback out of North Dakota State since y'all got good luck with Wentz. Well, I'm like I said, I'm not there yet, you know? We did pass the ball late in overtime because we did not want another interception. Well, I mean, you know, it's that saying, scared money don't win. If you're so scared that your quarterback's going to throw an interception and you have no faith in him and no balls in him, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Wentz wins this season for money, then he'll be happy retired hunting. We'll see. My dad says that we win against the best teams, but we lose against our... That is true. I mean, we do. In the past, we beat teams we shouldn't like. And then we lose the teams that we beat teams we should lose to, and then vice versa. Who knows? Maybe we win the next 3 games. Hey, Philly, terrible day. Eagles suck, and the Phillies were eliminated. Or were the Phillies eliminated? I didn't know that. Well, there goes my Phillies streams in the playoffs. You would never seen Sean McVay do it. Absolutely, Sean McVay's got. I love his offense. My Browns coming for those Cowgirls next week. Get them. We need a wide receiver who bring AB. Well, if you bring in AB, remember he's got to sit for what is I think 8 weeks. And Carson doesn't go up to anybody and take accountability for all his interceptions to let the team know he fucked up. And he doesn't get anybody hyped to play with him. Yeah, I think you're right. But he was doing it last year, though, Bubba, right? I mean, at the end of the year, wasn't he doing that? And he was a leader, and the players were all believing. Wasn't that happening at the end of last year? What happened? Why did it change? What changed? Man, this was more on Doug than Wentz. Yeah, I agree. I think it was more on Doug than Wentz, too. But Wentz is still bad. He still was bad, especially at times. But Doug, in overtime, blew it. Man, this was more than he wasn't good by any stretch. That Doug showed no balls today. Agreed. Nate Gary's horrible. Horrible's gotta go. I want Sean Bradley in there. You should put Mark Holmes a live stream like he does you and listen to his excuses. You know what? I'm gonna prepare for that next week, and I'm gonna try to do that next time, for sure. The Eagles' pass defense really stepped up when Maddox went out. Thoughts? Also, you think Wentz currently injured or had concussion and really messed him up? I think something's up with Wentz. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's fixable. I don't know if it's hurts. I do think something's wrong with him. He doesn't seem right to me. Just even in the way he's carrying himself on the sideline, doesn't seem right. I mean, last year Carson was different. Wentz was bad, but he put the team on his back and got us where he. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you were down 7 points. It was last drive. You needed a touchdown. He goes down, final minute of the game. He gets a touchdown, ties it up. You go to overtime. And then that's where Doug Peterson blew it, in my opinion. Just know something. All of Wentz's picks so far has been in the pocket. Yeah, not surprised at all. Rock'em Quez is on the IR. I think he can come back this week, though. His beginning years were way better than this year for sure. Yeah. Bills fan New England, great stream. Thank you, Wolfsco. Bills won today, right? Bills are a good team. Where's Taylor, the rookie? We draft these players, don't use them. While I see other teams using their picks, I swear their mind boggles me. Didn't Doug get fired from the Chiefs? Doug didn't get fired from the Chiefs. But yeah, we didn't. We don't use them. I haven't seen David Taylor. I haven't even seen Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley I would have in. Miles Sanders needs the ball way lot more. I agree. You got to make some serious adjustments on defense. You need Sean Bradley in there, and you want to give David Taylor chances, fine. But Sean Bradley needs to play. Nate Gary needs to come out. There's no question about that. I'm hoping Wentz having a daughter hasn't changed his football career for the worse. You can change that. I don't know, man. Sometimes it can help you. Sometimes it hurts you. Yeah, he did at the end of the year. Now he looks alienated and looks like he doesn't even want to play for Doug anymore. Yeah, I mean, I agree. He does look like that. You're right. But last year was, man, those young guys were believing in him, and it was like he really took ownership, and I don't know. He just don't look right on the sideline. He's always by himself. He's sitting there. He's red faced. I don't know what's up with him. Something's not right, but I don't know what it is. What's up, Duck Eating Bread? Duke Riley's actually okay. Yeah, it's Nate Gary that I have the issue. Duke Riley's, you got blocked. What do you mean, D Jackson? What do you mean you got blocked? Did somebody block you? Well, I can see your thing, so I'm assuming you didn't get blocked. We'll talk big play slay. I wanted Gary going for months. At some point you will, but I need to talk to you first. Jack, I'm sorry. Bad eyes. Jack, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you for joining me here. I appreciate it. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. I hope you like it. We're going to be streaming for Dingbat Nation tomorrow. Ravens, Chiefs. So thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Philly 500, Doug cursed this team with his fearless book. Maybe. Welcome to Dingbat Nation, my man. When we're running by committee, we better. Miles Sanders have no help. But they did run by committee. I thought Miles Sanders was out of the game way too much. I thought Corey Clement was getting a lot of carries. I don't think they used. Do you remember? And I said this in my stream. Remember Andy Reid, how he used to use Brian Westbrook? He used him as a running back. He used him in the passing game. He put him in the slide, put him in the outside. He moved Brian Westbrook everywhere and got him the ball because he knew he was the most talented offensive weapon that they had. We need to use Miles Sanders that way. We really don't. We don't use him that way that much, and we need to use him more. We need to rely on Miles Sanders. And the one play where he was open, Carson then misses him. How he needs to go yesterday, how he's literally used to. I agree. Wentz is a problem in Philly. It's because he still thinks it's like last year with all the injury. He's trying to do. He's trying to do too much. Well, I mean, maybe. Oh, turnover, Seattle. They picked it off. They're running the 5. They hit Prescott. I don't know if it's a fumble or interception, but it's a turnover. I love it. For some reason, he's holding Sanders back. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't either. Ruben, hey, from Puerto Rico, man. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. Welcome to the channel, man. Hi from Puerto Rico. I wish I was in Puerto Rico. How you doing, buddy? Sounds like Philly slapping themselves for letting go of Andy. Now you're offensive coordinator. Just because I use Andy Reid as an example does not mean I say we shouldn't have let him go or anything like that. I'm just simply stating something Andy Reid did great. He's trying to win a Heisman every throw. Yeah. Who's your favorite team? I'm a slow person, so I don't really. Oh, my favorite team's the Philadelphia Eagles. Interception, Cowboys. Interception or fumble, I wasn't sure which one it was, but I'll take it. Chris Wright, it's not just you. I had to start all my mods over because somebody was deleting, hiding my channel, and I couldn't figure out who it was. It was nothing personal to anybody. Most of my mods get theirs back, so. We are the laughingstock of the NFC. I know. I hear you. Dak sucks too. Well, I don't think Dallas is that good. I don't, But right now, it's very hard to say anybody's worse than us, I think we're beating San Francisco. I don't know. I don't know if we are. First and goal, Dallas on 5. How do you lose? We didn't lose to Cincinnati. We tied them, so it's kind of worse in a way. But it's not. But it is. Here's Seattle scores. Touchdown, Seattle. Love it. Do you still see us winning the division? Look, man, it's hard to see me thinking we win anything the way we're playing. But if Dallas loses today, Washington, they lost, right? The Giants lost. Yeah, we still have a shot. Wentz does not want this anymore. He wants to be hunting on a farm in North Dakota with his family. You can see it. Maybe you're right, Marcus. Sean Bowman, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. We should be 2-1. Cowboys 0-3. Yeah, I mean we could literally be 1-1-1 now if we would have been able to hold on to that lead by against the the no names. Philly, would you want Nick Saban or Ed Oregon? I don't know. I want Eric Bieniemy. You asked what stage the Eagles are in now. They are in the can't grab their ass with both hands stage. Yeah, a couple weeks away from being all done. Doug showed he doesn't have confidence in Carson at 1:23 left. I agree. You have to put the ball in Carson's hand and ask him to take it home, and that would boost his confidence. And Doug showed Carson today. I agree. I agree. And I think that's what Carson was so mad about at the end. But that's when Doug Peterson did that, that's exactly what he was saying. Whether he wants to admit it or not, you're right. Russell Wilson's best quarterback. Absolutely. Russell Wilson's best. Right now, Russell Wilson's best. I think Russell Wilson early MVP right now. Ward is the only receiver with confident hands. Yeah, Ward was okay. I would like Rex Ryan, but I don't know if the Eagles would do it. Yes, when Seattle beats Dallas, my Browns going to go down there next week and beat the crap out of them. Beat the crap out of them, man. Sean Bowman, thank you for a super chat, man. Appreciate it. You called a great game on Graham too. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I thought Graham had a good game. Russell Wilson is great. Yeah. Josh Allen is definitely up there for MVP. He's there. Right now, my early favorite is Russell. But Josh Allen looks great. Oh, hiring Cow. I like. Yeah, I mean, I would not mind Cowher. Mark Holmes. I gotta think. Dallas Cowboys get robbed by the rest of the first half. The guy's complete. What a baby. The guy's complaining. Literally, I got a thing notification saying Mark Holmes posted a video saying Cowboys got robbed the first. Dude, that guy's the biggest baby in the world. They gotta lose because if Dallas loses, then their fans won't kill us this week too much. I've been taking a beating. My ass hurts. I've been saying Russ better than Mahomes, and everyone laughed at me. Well, I mean, I think Mahomes the last 2 years has been the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. But, I mean, this year, Russell Wilson. Philly, can we trade Hurts for Foles and fire the whole... Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't do that. Nate Carey for Defensive Player of the Year. The lost Player of the Year. In 2008, Eagles were 9-6-1, and the Cowboys were 9-7. And the Eagles got the wild card because the Giants won the division 12-4. That's right, and we went to the championship game. That's very true. Yes, they are crying, but trying to stream you. Why are they trying to stream me? Philly, remember when we had this problem on our Super Bowl run with Doug's play calling? Then Frank Reich became more involved in offense? Yeah, I hear you. Totally hear you. And when you watch, I mean, if you go watch the Colts, they look like the 2017 Eagles. Carson cannot be throwing 2 interceptions per game. I agree. Miss open receivers made poor decisions. Expect Doug to have trust in him. If Doug Peterson can't have trust in him, then we're all in big trouble. Because yes, Carson made those mistakes and things like that. But as a coach, you want your quarterback to come out of it. You want it to get out of it. You want your quarterback to gain confidence. And the only way to do it is put him in that position to succeed. And if you can't do that, you're in trouble. No, trying to stream you doing our game, you don't stream them. They haters, bro. Yeah, they're big time haters. At this point, the schedule gets a lot harder. Still have a good chance for the division. Well, yeah, because everyone stinks in a division. You have to remember that those guys aren't coming back. They have to make Wentz feel comfortable. Yeah. You gotta laugh my ass. I have a donut pillow for Philly. Send it. Should have kept Foles. Everybody's saying that today, Tim. Nate Gary needs to be benched. Yes. Russell Wilson should have been the Eagles' chip. Wanted to draft him in a second, and Howie told him he would be there when he picked. Was it Howie? Was it Chip or was it Andy? I can't remember. Was that Andy's? I can't remember. Do you think they will start Hurts? I don't think you'll see Hurts. I don't think you'll see Hurts until probably, if they lose to San Francisco, I think maybe second half of Pittsburgh game is the earliest. That's my thing. I think you have to let Carson play it out and succeed or not succeed, Yeah, that was Andy Reid. Yeah. Whiteside is nowhere, man. Shout out from Canada. Well, shout out to you, Quentin. Shout out to you in Canada, man. Thank you for being here. We really miss Goddard today. You know what? Yeah, I agree. And when the media keeps saying bench Wentz, yeah, I hear you. No, I hear you guys. I hear you. I hear you. Definitely hear you. So I'm going to do about 5 more minutes. Then I'm going to end it. It's been a long day. Unfortunately, no victory cigar. I will be back with a video tomorrow and maybe tonight if there's something needs to be talked about. But definitely channel membership, live stream tomorrow. Chiefs versus Ravens. That should be a good one. Carson Wentz, you can't be a quarterback because Eagle fans want you back. Nick Foles, who think sorry you didn't make it. What? Eagles are trash. Thanks. What exactly are you playing for if you become 0-3-1? Your chance of making playoffs is nearly impossible. Yeah, I think so. Not 0-2-1, 0-3-1. I agree with you. I mean, I have to agree. Dallas going for it on 4th down. I don't think they got it. They didn't get it. The last thing, thank you for super chat, man. Laughing my ass off. How more L's does Carson Wentz have to take? How many blowouts, which I see are 6, do you have to take to see? Laughing my ass off. Ain't no victory scars for Wentz. You got to see like 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more. Sean Bowman, thank you for super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. How do you become a member? Next to the subscribe button, you'll see it'll say join. And then you can pick which tier. If you're on a mobile, you'll probably have to go out of live chat and go into the description. And then you can get it there. Dak Prescott didn't. I mean, Zeke did not get that. And then you can choose there. And we'll be doing that. We'll be Ravens Chiefs tomorrow. Should be fun. I can't wait for that one. There's no way he got the first down there. That is a bad spot. Oh my God, that's a bad spot. Oh, that's a bad spot. They robbed him. Last thing, thank you for super chat, man. Your franchise quarterback in Chicago with 3 touchdowns. Maybe you're right. Thank you for super chat. Carson doesn't throw to our young receivers. Other teams use all their young guys we're doing. Yeah, I know. I hear you. I don't know how they gave him that first down. He was a yard short. I would challenge the spot. I can't believe that Dallas got away. Dallas gets away with murder, and Mark Holmes thinks they're getting and Mark Holmes literally thinks that they're getting robbed. DK Metcalf, bomb, walking in the end zone, slows up, ball gets knocked out. Lucky. Onside kick, lucky. 4th and 1, lucky. It was chipped because we took Ertz in the 2nd round that year. Well, damn, man. If you would have got Russell Wilson, regardless of who it was, we'd be awesome. What I love about Foles is the fact that he has ice in his veins. Yeah, even when he struggles, he has ice in his veins. No question about it. No question. Philly, what position are we looking at in our first round? I don't know, Philly Ray. Too early. It depends. Where am I picking? Am I picking top 3? If I pick top 3, I'm going quarterback. Unless Carson Wentz gets hot. Hurts isn't Russell. You can't assume that. We can't. Sorry, 500. There's a major delay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why there's a delay. Is it me or Doug Peterson calls are very predictable? You all need offensive coordinator. Agreed. I'm sorry about the delay. It happens on YouTube sometimes. I don't know what it is. I'm usually always going to be in some sort of delay. But we're going to end this thing anyways. Eagles tie game feels like a loss. I want to thank everybody who joined me for the live stream. It was crazy today. Thank you for joining me in the post game. Thank you to all the mods. You did a great job. And thank you, new subscribers, super chats. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been a hell of a day. And I'll be back later either with another video, probably tomorrow, and then definitely a channel membership live stream, Ravens Chiefs. But I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much. And with that said, I am going to let each and every one of you guys go. Take care. I will talk to you later. And hey, don't be a dingbat.